Good afternoon and welcome to Pakistan Today News from our London studio. I'm Chris Taylor. We begin in the United States, where Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro has appeared before a federal court in New York following his dramatic capture by U.S. forces earlier this month. Maduro is facing a sweeping set of charges, including narco-terrorism, large-scale drug trafficking, and other serious offenses. Appearing alongside his wife, Maduro pleaded not guilty, while his legal team challenged the legality of the U.S. operation, arguing that it violated international law and that Maduro should be protected by sovereign immunity. The case has already sparked intense diplomatic debate and is expected to have far-reaching legal and geopolitical consequences. Let's go now to New York, where our correspondent Eric Westwood has been following developments closely.
Chris, today's court appearance marks the first time Nicolas Maduro has faced U.S. judicial proceedings since his capture. Security around the courthouse was tight as prosecutors laid out allegations linking him to international drug networks. Maduro's defense insists the arrest was unlawful, setting the stage for a prolonged legal battle over jurisdiction and sovereignty. Meanwhile, diplomats and legal experts are watching closely, as the outcome could redefine how international leaders are held accountable abroad. The case is likely to move slowly, with preliminary hearings expected to continue in the coming weeks.
China has been among the strongest critics of the U.S. action. Beijing has condemned the capture of President Maduro, warning that no country should act as the world's judge or police. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi said China cannot accept any nation claiming the right to unilaterally intervene or pass judgment on others, stressing that sovereignty and international law must be respected. The remarks highlight deepening strains between China and the United States over global influence, international norms, and the limits of military power. Pakistan has echoed similar concerns at the United Nations Security Council. Islamabad told the council it is profoundly concerned about the fallout from the U.S. military raid in Venezuela, warning that the use of unilateral force undermines core international principles and risks further regional instability. Pakistan's envoy Usman Jadoon urged restraint, diplomatic engagement, and strict adherence to the UN Charter. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres also voiced concern, pointing to potential legal and stability issues arising from the operation. Turning now to the United Kingdom, where the Palestinian embassy in London has officially opened in what officials describe as a historic moment for British-Palestinian relations. Ambassador Hussam Zomlot unveiled the new embassy plaque in Hammersmith, West London, following the UK's formal recognition of the State of Palestine in September 2025. Zomlot called the opening a day of hope, saying it affirms Palestinian identity and sovereign rights and offers the community in Britain a home away from home. Observers say the move signals strengthened bilateral ties amid ongoing regional tensions and renewed international efforts toward peace. In Iran, the judiciary chief Gholam Hossein Mohseni Aj has vowed no leniency toward protesters he labels as rioters, even as demonstrations over economic hardship continue to spread. The unrest began with shopkeepers striking in Tehran over soaring prices and a collapsing currency, and has now reached at least 25 of Iran's 31 provinces. While officials say they hear legitimate criticism, they insist firm action will be taken against those accused of fueling disorder. At least a dozen people have been killed in recent clashes, and although some protests have eased, deep-rooted economic frustrations remain. Back home in Pakistan, the Federal Investigation Agency's anti-corruption cell in Islamabad has registered a corruption case against Najaf Hamid, brother of former ISI Chief Lieutenant General retired Faiz Hamid. Two others, Abdul Zahur and Khalid Munir, have also been named in the case. Investigators allege the suspects forged documents to illegally transfer ownership of valuable land, including a one-canal plot. The development comes amid ongoing legal scrutiny of Faiz Hamid, who was previously sentenced to 14 years in prison by a military court on separate charges. Finally, severe winter weather has caused widespread disruption across parts of Europe. Heavy snowfall has crippled air, rail, and road travel in Amsterdam and Paris. At Amsterdam's Schiphol Airport, around 700 flights were canceled and incoming traffic suspended due to snow and ice, leaving thousands of passengers stranded. Train services around the city were halted, while public transport faced major delays. In France, authorities asked airlines to cut 15% of flights at Paris's main airports, as roads around the capital saw nearly 1,000 kilometers of traffic jams. Forecasters warn that continued winter conditions could prolong the disruption in the days ahead. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today News. I'm Chris Taylor.